So, now we're live right now, so we're broadcasting, so we can record all of our mistakes. Um, Let me see if I can get everybody in there again. Let's see, who's in this circle? So I have this NJEA presentation that I'm calling it. I want to see who's in the circle. I gotta go. Oh, what a pain. Pain. Now, can you invite people from your end?
I don't think so.
No?
Let's see. Where would that be?
So
I have
the invite that I sent out, which was,
I don't think I could invite people last time. It came
oh
from you.
crap, I sent it to the wrong circle. I didn't save them. Shoot.
Do you want me to flip them to you on email?
Yes. Let's see. I got Kate.
I'll shoot you an email with their names. I got them all right here. Patrick is online hanging around.
Kate's is Catherine Baker, right?
Yep.
KBaker.srsd.net. Is that her? No.
Yeah, that sounds like her.
Oh, Southern Regional School District. Yeah, that would be her. But is that her? Is that the one she's using?
No, she has a Gmail. I have her Coach Baker.
There she is. I got her.
Okay, I just sent you the list.
Okay. So let's see. I got Baker. Here's Jasmine.
Yeah, I don't think the Jasmine's going to be with us.
He keeps telling me, oops, try again. Weird. I don't get it. So it says we got one viewer. Somebody's watching us. Whoever that may be.
It might be Gabe watching.
Oh, Kate's there. There's Kate. Okay.
Kate's
Hey,
coming.
Kate. If Gabe, if you're watching, if you can see, I just activated the Q&A thing. See if that works for you.
But Gabe would be watching on the s'more, I think.
Right. So but the Q&A should be running there.
Right.
Let me see. Hi, Kate.
Hi, Mike.
Let's see.
Hey, Kate, how are you?
Hi, Jim. I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, sorry we're taking so long. We're having some technical difficulties. Yeah, we're live right now, so we're broadcasting, so we can record all of our mistakes.
Oh, goody.
Let me see if I can get everybody in there again. That's really throwing me off, Jim. You hear my own voice like that.
A little playback, a little echo.
Uh-oh.
Okay, there's Tom.
Okay, Gabe is watching.
Okay.
I'm going to find out if he's on the s'more. I could have just asked him. Okay, he says it's working on the s'more.
Okay.
I'll ask him about the live chat.
I keep getting this oops try again when I try to invite people. Weird. You run into that, Kate, when you do these?
Not yet. I haven't lately. I found it, I've been having trouble with signing into dual accounts
Yeah.
the past 2 days. Like, I don't know. I wonder if there's something going on.
It's blood moon.
And my lower third still doesn't want to come on. Let me go back
Okay,
to...
there's Mike. Good.
Hey, Mike.
There's Ani.
Hello, Jim.
Hey, Mike.
What's going on, Mike?
Sorry for the delays here. We're having some technical difficulties. So that's our first lesson, I guess, is get in at 6:30, so we can get all the bugs out.
Yeah.
Hello, Kate.
Hi, how we doing?
Not bad.
All right.
All right, let's see. Microphone.
So let's see.
Sure it's got it set up right here. Yeah.
There's Ani. Hi, Ani.
Hi.
Oh, we're getting in there. Good, we're getting there.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Ani. Yeah, so Manahan borked, and who's the other one that borked?
Mike Mannion.
No, Kaminsky. Oh,
That's me.
Mike Kaminsky, right?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. I'm trying to get my mic straight.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
so
need
Kaminsky
Patrick
said
and Mike and Tom too. Tom Stelling.
Tom's went through, but actually, Kaminsky, it said yours borked every time I hit the invite, but I guess you got it.
Yeah, I got it. I'm here.
Okay. Wonder if Manahan got it. Jim, you mind texting Patrick, see if he got his?
Yep.
I'll try Tom one more time.
I just Facebook messaged Tom. And Mike Mannion is
there's
waiting.
Tom. Okay. Good.
Mike, have you sent an invite to Mike Mannion?
I did. I'll send it again.
Yeah, he's waiting for it.
He's at askmanion@gmail, right?
He is. Yep. askmannion@gmail. Ask Mannion.
Keep saying, oops, try again. What's that about?
Hey, Tom.
How you doing, Tom?
Hey.
You are not in your pirate costume.
Okay, let's see. I'm going to try Mannion one more time, and then we may have to give up on him.
Pat got the Patrick got the email. He's about to log on.
Okay. I keep saying, oops, try again when I try for Mannion.
I'll ask him to confirm his email.
Okay. It says Mike Mannion. It pops up, Mike Mannion, when we do it. Weird.
Yep, he's askmannion@gmail.com.
That's what I keep putting in. Very strange.
Screen share. Chat.
Mike, can you have one of the others invite him in? Like, can Jim try to invite him in?
Try it. Try it. Can you do that, Jim?
I don't know how to do that.
Oh, you know what? We got the link. You know what? Let's do it this way. So, Jim, let's just email him the link and see if he can get in.
Okay.
That way. I sent it to him. I sent it to you too, Jim, so you can keep trying while we're going. All right.
Oh, come on. I want to see what books Tom's got back there.
You just click on his head, and you'll see them all.
He has a book on German. I see a big German book in calculus.
What the heck?
Okay, so we're in. Jim, do you have access to that doc that we got started last time with the things we wanted to go over?
I have it here on my computer. I forget how to show it.
Okay, so we're going to go in the Hangout. We can just all look at it together. So I open up Google Drive. Jim, you see the Google Drive app on the left-hand side?
Yep.
Hey, he's in. Good.
Oh, there he is.
All right.
So,
There we go.
Am I... Jim, what did we call that? What did we call that thing?
I'm uploading a new one. It's all right. I just uploaded a new one. You see it?
Did you put it in the Drive app?
Yeah, it just came up for me. Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. So we got everybody here but Patrick Manahan.
Okay, yep, we're good. So can everybody see the doc in the Drive app?
Not
No.
yet.
I can't.
So if you click the Drive app on the left-hand side, let me go to screen share so everybody can see what I'm doing. Where is screen share?
Green thing. Right
The
below,
green one.
right
There
below
we go.
chat.
Oh, there it is. I got it.
There we go. So everybody can see my screen? So you gotta click here, and then you gotta click the doc right there. So there's a couple options on screen share that I didn't realize we could do here. So if during the presentation you guys have something you want to show, you pull it up in screen share, and it will share to us. You hit present to everyone, and it should kick it out to the live feed,
Oh.
which is kind of neat. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing, right?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that they have that enabled now.
They probably just added it. And you know, the night before we do this, they're going to add like 75 different functions to Google+.
Of course they will.
Yeah, because that's the way it goes when you're doing a presentation in Google. Okay, so let's see.
Mike, I just sent a message about Patrick Manahan. He's getting an error message.
Did he break the internet again?
He's got to so verifying installation. He needs to install the Hangouts app. He's probably got a little plug-in he's got to put in. Patrick, if you're watching, don't use Internet Explorer. Get in Google Chrome or Firefox and put in the plug-in. Go through hangouts.google.com. You should be able to get it. Answer Kaminsky. I'm actually in an alley in my house. Okay, so let's go through this list of things that we want to make sure we all had in place. So we got the S'more page together. We weren't able to theme it, but that's okay. Let's see. Marketing efforts have started, so we started sharing some of this stuff on Twitter and Facebook already. So about a week out, we should tweet the heck out, tag it with NJEd, and we'll get some of our connected people that way, and then we'll also have Patrick Rumacher share this stuff through our other avenues. Let's see. Okay. What else do we have to do? Okay, so we had this kind of series of questions that we put together, and so we want to have you guys think about these a little bit ahead of time, so we don't have any like dead air when we're having the conversation, but we have to be prepared for some fluidity too, because the audience is going to have opportunities to ask questions. Jim, was Gabe able to access the question Q&A app?
Yeah, he sent me some pictures on his phone of the s'more. The s'more looks good. You can watch the video right off the s'more. You can also enlarge it. And he did type some things in the Today's Meet Q&A app.
So he's in the Today's Meet. Okay, so there's a Q&A app that's connected directly to this, but I can go into the Today's Meet and get that too. Let's. Anyway, Jim, can you bump the s'more over to me?
Yes.
Yeah, Kate, it's all right to be a little bit sidetracked on this. But we're going to have one of us is going to be playing moderator. So Jim will be moderating the front end. I'll be moderating the back end, and if things start getting a little off, then it'll be the role of the moderator to kind of drive it back to where it belongs. So let's see. Okay, so Today's Meet. Okay. Okay, so Gabe is obviously in Today's Meet. That's good. So tonight we should run through some of these questions and like talk about a little bit about what we want to focus on in the conversation. How long we want this thing to go. Jim, you said about a half hour is what you're shooting for, or 45 minutes or so.
It feels to me more like an hour.
An hour? Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll have no problems filling an hour.
Well, with the Jersey Jazzmen joining us, I'm sure we won't. He's kind of the wild card. He's not able to make tonight, but he's definitely on board and definitely wants to be involved. But he's a little bit of a wild card because he hasn't been in any of the practices. So.
Yeah. But that's okay. We can defer to him for some expertise, to share some data around some of the things we're doing. So if somebody asks like a really niche question, we can kick it over to Mark and see what he has to add in there. But we won't have him leading any parts of the conversation. And that's kind of like what we should be tagging tonight. So we have these questions that we put out here. We should probably have a couple of them dedicated to one or two people of this group to kind of lead the charge on that one. So number one, obviously, that's going to be like the intro. So what are you guys doing? And I want to take like 2 minutes each to kind of talk about what it is you're doing around evaluation.
Yeah, Mike, can I address that? So,
yeah.
So what I thought would happen is when we go live, I'll give a general overview, a welcome, and then I had a number two, Ani. I asked Ani to offer a description of why we're here and why this issue is so important to our members, our students, and our parents. And I think before that, though, everybody should introduce themselves before that. I think we should move number 3 up to number 2. So what I'll do is I'll go around and I'll call on each one of you to introduce yourself. That way no one starts talking over each other. So first I'll say, Thomas, say hello to your fans out there. And Thomas, you can say your piece about who you are, where you work, what you do, and maybe the reason why you're here, wanted to be involved. And you can make all those goofy, funny faces too. And then once everybody goes around and introduces yourself, then I thought Ani could give a description of why we're here and why the issue is important. Ani, have you had some time to think about that and work on that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything typed out for tonight, but yeah, I have.
So let's outline a little bit of that as we go, because we have this doc right here, so we can all start kicking stuff in, and everybody should have some editing rights there.
Yeah.
So just based on these questions here, we can jockey some of these around, and then we'll outline some of the some of the details in there. And this way, we can have this up on a side panel when we're doing the presentation. And you can refer back to it if you need to, or you can hit print and just have it next to you while we're going through it, just to keep everybody kind of on the same page. Does that make sense?
Yep.
How do I get that on a side panel?
Excuse me?
How do I get the doc on a side panel?
So you would open up a second window, and then you like right now I'm flipping between two windows. I'm flipping between the today's meet and the other. So here, so you can see what it looks like for me when I'm talking to you. I'll put the screen share back on. So we'll be in here when I'm talking to you guys, and then if I need to go to today's meet, I kick it over. Do you see the today's meet now?
Yep.
Yeah, so I can't see you right now, but I can see the today's meet. But now I can see you because I flipped it back. So if you're on a Mac, it's just a 3-finger swipe. So you can make it full screen on your Mac. Here, I'll go back to screen share again so you can see what I'm talking about. Mac, if you go up to the top here, it's got this little double arrow. If you enlarge it, so I can shrink it, or I can enlarge it. If I enlarge it, then it takes up the whole screen, and I just 3-finger swipe, and it takes me through my windows. So that's something you can do pretty quickly if you set it up that way. If you're on a PC, then it's you're going to be jockeying windows at the bottom if you want, or you could put the chat on the left-hand side of the screen and the document on the right-hand side of the screen. You don't need to be full-size window for this.
So that's not in Google Hangout. That's just a separate window.
It's just a separate window. Mm-hmm.
Mike, did you share that doc directly with us, or because I'm opening it up in Drive in Hangout, but I want to pull it into a separate tab. What did you guys call it?
Jim, what's this called?
It is called Google Hangout.
Very specific.
How many of those do I have?
Yeah. So maybe we should call it. We'll call it.
I got it!
Let's call it the date. We'll say Google Hangout October. What is the date? 28th that we're doing this thing.
Yeah.
We're doing this. Doing it on the 27th.
Okay. Oh, cool. Thomas has got his little research project up. Awesome. So you can show that no problem. Good.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. I wonder if Gabe can see that. Gabe, can you see what Thomas has up on his screen share right now? Gabe is still there.
Gabe is actually offline for a couple minutes.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Well, we should probably get Manahan on that side of it too. So Manahan can kind of talk to us through the today's meet too if he needs to.
Yeah, he is. He's just downloaded Chrome. He's almost there.
Oh, okay.
Do you guys want us as the panelists to be on the today's meet as well, or are you guys just using that back channel with the audience?
So what the plan is with the today's meet is you guys worry about your conversation, and then we can have the chat open down the right-hand side like we do right now. And if there's a good question, I'll kick it in there, and Jim can ask the question to the group. So it'll just be Jim who's going to ask the questions. Like you guys shouldn't have to worry about focusing on that and focusing on your topic. just be, you guys should just be concerned with what you're going to talk about, and this way you won't get distracted from that extra stuff. Because I've been in presentations where you're trying to maintain all of those, and it gets really hairy. And so Jim and I will manage that part of the information flow. Sound good?
Sounds great. So, you want to go back to the outline then?
Yeah, let's get back in that outline there. All right, so we got to clean some of these up a little bit.
Can you send that doc to me again? I'm getting blocked out of it. It says I don't have permission.
Hmm.
Jim, you should probably just change the permissions to anybody with link can edit, because nobody's going to find this. And it's not like there's anything controversial in there either. And nobody's going to pull Ron Burgundy, right? Where you're just going to read from the script and whatever somebody types in there.
Yeah, I'll figure out how to change the permissions, Mike. Mannion.
I just requested access again.
I got it. I can change it to can edit. Anyone with the link can edit. So
Great.
done. That is done. Whoa! Oh, that's Tom. I'm like, wait a second. What's that?
Okay, I see it now. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Kate.
Welcome, welcome.
Great. So next we have the discussion topics. Four discussion topics.
Do we want this to be how, or do we want it to be why? Should give people a reason to start talking about this.
Yeah, I think the why is.
Oh, Kate, you're muted. Kate, you muted your mic.
Sorry, I
That's
like
okay.
that. I think the why is a better question. At least for the first one, because the second topic can still be how, because I think there's quite a few people who are figuring out logistics.
Mm-hmm.
I know my district, we've done a really good job of the how part of it.
Okay.
So I know I can talk about using Google Forms and managing the spreadsheets and showing some of our data. And then the advice for local leaders, yeah, I have a lot of information I can share on that too. You know, just from doing the process of data collection.
Okay. So why should be everybody? Because like I would imagine you have similar reasons, but they're all going to be a little bit different, which is great. You know, so I'll give everybody different perspectives. I mean, like, sure, some of the groups that I've been working with around the state some have been doing it because it's necessary self-defense. Some of them are doing it just to be proactive. So the local evaluation committee is actually kind of as a PD committee, you know. So they're figuring out where people are strong, where people need help, and how they can put expertise with the less expert members of the local. So I think some diversity there would be really great if we can get to it. So if we can get everybody talking for about 2 minutes on this one.
So we'll kind of do it once around.
Yeah.
Everybody shares their thoughts on the why. That sounds.
Mike and I are in the same local, so I'll let him talk.
Okay.
Great. I'm trying to help Patrick right now. What did you just sign me up for?
Nothing.
Oh, great. Good.
You have to take your shirt off at 20 minutes, Mike.
Where are we going? Hangout.google.com?
He should be able to get it that way. Or if you go to plus.google.com, you should be able to get in there too.
All right, I better test this. No, stop.
So the why then, everybody's good on the why. They have something to say about why you stepped up in your local to work with your members and get involved. I'm seeing a lot of nodding heads. Mike Ritzius.
Hold on. I'm just working on format stuff because I get to be a bit of a format nerd, and it drives
I
me
see
crazy.
that. I'm loving this. ABC.
There we go.
All right, I gotta call Patrick. That'll be a lot easier. So I'm going to mute for a bit.
Okay.
Thank you. I think Patrick was on his work computer last time. This time he's on his
Home computer now.
Yes. Oh, there it is, the iPhone 6, the 6 Plus.
6 Plus.
Took up the whole screen. Okay, do you want to talk about the second topic then while Mike's formatting? How did you get a data collection team started, and what has your team done? Is that a good place to go next?
Are we going to? You said you went to switch 2 and 3, Jim? You said that a couple minutes ago.
I wanted to switch up top under the welcome, and that's already.
Oh, that 2 and 3. Okay.
We are good.
I think discussion topic 2, how did you get started? I think everyone can answer that one.
Mm-hmm.
Because then it can speak to the different parts of the process.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how some are further along than others.
Okay, I like that. That's great.
And then 3 can go to, like, you can narrow that down then for discussion topic 3 to the people who are further along in the process to talk about, okay, well, what did you do then? How did you get further along? So then that would create a nice segue there.
Wow.
I'm an English teacher. Do you know that I do class discussions for a living?
Excellent. We knew we recruited the right people.
Yeah.
It's great how you're able to see the discussion unfold even before it happens. Good stuff.
Okay. So for some of these, we should have 1 or 2 people kind of lead the charge on them.
I'm kind of looking at discussion topic 4. Mm-hmm. How have you reached out to the community? You know, I think that question needs to be expanded on. Like, you know, this could also be like a future, like a prediction kind of question. Like, how else can we bring more people? How can we take this beyond this particular hangout?
Yeah, Mike and I can talk a lot about that with the standardized because we're now in phase 2, planning the phase 2 or part 2 of the standardized initiative, I guess you could say, because we're doing a Take the Park event. So we could talk about how we organize standardized and then what we're going to do in the future for the Take the Park in the very near future, I guess.
Yeah, great. Yeah, you and Mike have certainly done a lot and have a lot in the works, and you can put a plug in for your upcoming events.
Which, by the way, oh, you know this, Jim, we have 150-something people signed up already, and we still didn't send out formal invites to legislators and like the DOE and Board of Ed, so
great.
A lot of parents, yeah.
Great.
Yeah, we're excited. Mm-hmm. Mike is hearing of this, of course, because he's on his giant computer phone.
It might be a good idea though before we get there to really lay out standardized and maybe if you want, if there's time and you want to tell the story where the idea came from, how you got involved, what happened at the first screening, you know, if you want to, you know, it's a great story to share. Anybody have any thoughts on that?
Were you asking Mike Kaminsky?
I was asking anyone.
Oh, we can do that. We can talk about. I mean, we screened it. Well, Mike couldn't come, but we screened it in Philadelphia We can tell the story about that, and then how we did the 2 screenings, and then how I don't know if you're going to talk about this as a moderator, but you could talk about how the organizing booklet, right?
Right. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good wrap up there. So we get into the playbook. So like, and really, and I think that should be like a wrap up for the whole thing. So we like, thanks everybody. We got lots of great ideas, and we want to let you know that we've captured some of these ideas in the NJEA organizing playbook.
We're also working on one of those for Take the Park. We met with Alex DeVicaris and Bruce, I can't remember his last name, but West Windsor Plainsboro. And so we're trying right now to get something together that we can put out to everybody else. So
you're making a playbook.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, Alex is working on. I don't know what he's going to do with it, but Alex is working on some like sending some stuff over to communications and having them do some graphics and things like that, which I imagine will be turned. We can turn that into whatever we want to share.
Yeah, that would be outstanding.
We have people asking. Susan, I don't even know what her last name is, but she's in she's South Brunswick. Is asking for stuff already. They want to screen it. Marie Corfield had said they want to screen it in Hunterdon, so I'm sure people would take it if we could do that.
Yeah, that would be really good stuff.
Yeah.
You should think about writing a review article about that too.
Yeah. We'll do that. I will do that.
Okay, so I'm thinking like topic 2. We've been jumping around a bit. Topic 2, how did you get the data collection team started, and why is your team done? Tom, how do you feel about jumping in on that one? You guys did some crazy stuff, and you had a lot of challenges at Kingsway. I think it'd be good to share how you overcame some of those, especially that trust stuff that you had going
on. Yeah, I can speak to a little bit of the issues that we had in terms of people not wanting to participate in the action because they were scared of being outed. But I do have a lot, along with Kate, to talk about in terms of the data analysis part of it. I think Kate and I both did a lot with our spreadsheets.
Yeah, Kate, I want to see yours. I haven't seen your stuff yet.
Oh no, you're gonna have to wait. No one gets to see it.
Oh.
No, we just took our 3 observation data. We've been using the Danielson model, and we just took the form that they fill out and we just transferred it right into a Google form, and then we just had everybody, well, as many people as would submit their observations. We then just did data entry. But then what was really neat was looking at the summary of responses. We could see where we were getting the most 4s, where were we getting the most 3s. Now, we were lacking people who were turning in observations that had 1s or 2s. So when we were looking for our weaknesses, it was like looking for, okay, well, where were we not getting 4s?
Right.
So it quantified it a bit for us, and then our plan is to then use that for developing professional development workshops.
Hey, there he is.
Hey, Patrick. Welcome.
You good
Can
to go?
you hear me, Patrick?
Yeah, now I can.
Hey,
Awesome.
welcome.
Hey.
Hey, thanks.
All right, looking good there, huh?
Finally got in.
All right, so Tom, you want to grab 2. Mike Mannion, is there anywhere you want to jump in here?
Well, hearing what you're talking about, I feel like I'm light years behind everybody else. We're really just beginning to collect data for the purpose of evaluating. We're using Marzano right now, and we're just getting started.
Yeah. Mike, actually, that's perfect, Mike, because we don't want everybody to feel like there's all these like data ninjas out there. We want to let them know that there's a continuum of people, and the fact that you're just getting started is actually great.
Okay.
And so we really should be highlighting that too. So we should throw that in somewhere. Where are we going to? And it should probably be on the earlier side, just so they don't, just so participants don't look at this and be like, oh, these guys, you know, they want to.
I definitely have a response to discussion topic 1, and I can begin to talk about discussion topic 2 as far as what we're doing in organizing around it now.
So how about we save you to the end on discussion topic 1?
Okay.
And so you can put a nice little bow on it, and then you can transition us into discussion topic 2.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. You spell that right?
MANN, 2 N's.
2 N's.
2 N's, yes.
Mighty Mannion.
Local.
So Mike Ritzius, since we're filling in the spots here with what everyone's going to say, when we do the once around, we have Patrick Manahan here, and we're going to hear a different point. We're going to hear a different point of view as a field rep. How does that look or sound to you, Mike Ritzius?
So I think the important thing here is that we're showcasing what members are doing. So Patrick, I would weigh in as like an expert member with people's concerns and whatnot. But I wouldn't want to put any pro staff out in front. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So what?
So I think if we get involved with the conversation at all, I think it should be from the perspective of here's how we got behind this group of people that you're talking to right now, and the supports that we can offer to make sure that things go smoothly for you. We could take this is like a giant task that you're taking on, and to expect to be able to do it by yourself is really unreasonable, you know? So you have this giant support system behind you. Don't be intimidated by the fact that it's just a big task.
Sound good?
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
Great.
And so maybe if it doesn't come up naturally in the discussion, Jim, maybe we throw that little piece in there at the end too, along with the playbook discussion.
Okay.
All right. So Tom's going to work on 2. Anybody else want to jump in on 2? Looks like Mike and Ani are going to own 4. Tom and Kate are on topic 3.
I mean, I can jump in on topic 2 on the tail end of it if you want to then segue to topic 3. Whatever.
Okay.
I'm game for whatever.
Yeah, actually, I like how that flows. So actually, it'll be.
What are you looking at actually? Because you're talking about topics.
Oh, Patrick, here I'm going to turn on screen share, Patrick, so you can see what we're talking about. Okay. All right, can you see my screen, Patrick?
Yeah, I see it.
So if you go on the left-hand side, see where my cursor is? It says Google Drive.
Yes.
Click on that. And then there should be a little icon right here. Do you see it?
I see you.
Do you see the little blue icon? Did you click on that?
I did, but I see a picture of you.
You see a picture of
Are
me?
you bamboozling me?
Hold on. Let me stop screen sharing. Maybe that's goofing it up. Now is it working?
No. Now I see you live.
You see me live.
So yeah, so go
Yes.
over to the left, Patrick. When you go to the left, do you see the little triangular thing that pops up that says Google Drive?
I don't anymore. For a second, I had what he was talking about up.
Scroll all
put
the way to the edge and it will pop out. It's like magic.
Okay, now I see it.
Now click on it.
Which one?
The one that says,
Google Drive?
Yep.
Yes.
and that'll bring up a teeny tiny little bar right next to it, right to the right, and you want to click on
Right.
the blue thing.
Okay. All right. Oh, okay, I got it.
Cool. So if you scroll down that dock, that's what we're working off of.
Okay, awesome.
Okay. And you can throw your thoughts in there too, Patrick. You should be able to edit.
All right.
All right. So.
So you were on topic 2. What do you want? What do you really want to get to there? I mean, you want to talk about the methods that we're using for collecting data?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, because I could do either the paper data collection that we did or the Google Forms.
So Kaminsky, you guys were paper, right, for the most part?
Yeah, my members did paper, and I entered it all into Google Forms.
Okay. And Tom, you guys were paper too, right? And then you just used paper and Excel. And then Kate, you're like the far end of it. You're all Google Forms all the time.
We're a hybrid. We start with paper and then transfer the paper to Google Forms.
Okay. And Mannion, how do you guys do it?
We're going to be going directly into Forms.
Okay. So you're going to show a nice little cross-section of different ways of doing things. So, yeah, it's probably worthwhile to have a few people talk about it. So that's good. It's a nice little progression there, and it showcases a variety of ways to collect this stuff. And looking at this, I think we got a solid hour. What do you guys think?
Yeah, probably.
Because you got to consider, there's also going to be questions from the audience. You know, if things go the way we want them to go, we should have a pretty interactive session. And I'm hoping that if we can get like 50 people watching this thing, I think that'll be a huge success. Especially because we'll be hitting 50 people from across the state.
Are we going to talk at all about why they're collecting the data specifically, what they can do with it, or is that already assumed?
So we got why did you start? You know what? We don't have a why. So we should probably stick in what you're going to do it. So Tom talked about a little bit down in topic 3 about the absolute deviation stuff that they did. So that's a good why, because you say what you did with the absolute deviation and then what you did with that information. So that's probably something that we should bake in here. And then Kate, you guys were like targeting expertise, right? So you were looking for people who really knew what they were doing in certain domains, and then you were looking for the weak domains. You're kind of acting like an LPDC, where you're finding like PD opportunities for folks, right?
Yes.
And
Yeah, we're
you
focused on the
can
PD
deliver.
part.
Yeah. So let's really highlight that in discussion topic 3. Now, Mannion and Kaminsky, do you guys have specific goals that you had for your data?
Well, one thing is one of the reasons we got into it was because of how the scores shook out last year, and we didn't have a single teacher as highly effective in our out of 140 plus teachers. So one of the we want to collect the data and see where the numbers are for everybody.
Okay. Hey, what scoring system are you guys using? You said you're Marzano, right?
Yes, Marzano.
Are you using his conjunctive thing?
I don't know what that is.
Sounds like a disease.
It should have been explained to you by the first of the month how they're coming up with a summative score for your teacher practice. And so how are they combining all those numbers together to get a single teacher practice score?
Oh, between the domains, they're worth certain percentages.
Oh, so you're averaging across them?
Yes. Last year we actually excluded domain 3. This year they're including all 4 domains.
Okay. Because Marzano has this recommended scoring system that they call conjunctive scoring, and it's like a series of logic statements. It's actually easier to get highly effective under that system.
Never heard of that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Did you guys create your own rubric based on the Marzano method that you were using, or like you guys as a district create something, or an association, I mean, create something?
Did we create our own evaluation rubric? Is that the question?
Yeah. Because we did, using that Danielson model, we had a committee created that, and it was a cross-section of administrators, teachers, union members, and they took that Danielson model and turned it into a 4-point rubric for each of the domains. So we kind of took control of the rubric, but then, and I don't have a digital copy that I can upload to share with you guys to see it, but it took each of the 4 domains and turned it into unsatisfactory, basic, proficient, distinguished. That was the 4 levels. So it correlated to a 1, 2, 3, or 4, and then that went with the form for each of the items. We got a 1, 2, 3, or 4. 1, 2, 3, or 4. I don't know if you can see that at all, but so the administrators are supposed to use the rubric to get the scores on the evaluation form.
Would you be able to scan that?
Yeah, I can. I just can't, I just couldn't get it done today, but I can get it done ahead of time.
That'd be awesome.
Kate, I'm curious, are you guys charting like procedural errors from administrators?
Yes. Now, our procedural errors we're finding are that there's not a consistent way that they're filling out the top form. Like, for example, on the top of the form it asks for like staff member, your assignment, and your subject. And we're finding that assignment, that they're, is that supposed to be like the department or teacher? And then subject, is that supposed to be the course name? So we're finding these like small, kind of data, inconsistencies. And then the other part, it's not really a procedural error. It all depends on, we asked our membership to make copies of it and send their evaluation forms to us. But it was when they were sending the forms, if they came with signatures or not. So that's not really a procedural error if they copied it and sent the form to us, before the meeting where the administrator and the union member signed off on it, But we are trying to keep track of procedural errors, but we haven't come across too many yet other than that data stuff. Inconsistencies, I mean. So, does that make sense?
It does. So there's 2 tactics you can do when you get those errors. you can either go to administration and tell them and show them what it is, and then they have an opportunity to fix it, or you can do nothing, hold on to it like a poker chip, and then if, heaven forbid, one of your members has to go for tenure charges, then you pull that out as evidence with the arbitrator, because then they can toss, hopefully, the whole everything. So I'm just curious, which are you guys looking to do?
We're trying to do a more of a positive relationship with them, so it's a, let's make each other better together.
Okay.
So they know we're doing this process. So our union president, Colleen Neal, I think she wants more of like an open forum bit, and the plan is to show this to administration. And it's not supposed to be like, oh, we got you, we're calling you on this, you're in trouble. It's just more of like, okay, so if we're going to follow this procedure, can we just make sure that we're doing it right, all the way around? So this is what we see you guys doing. Do you even know that this error is occurring? It's kind of more collegial than it is like adversary.
Okay.
Cool.
And I just did my hangout part, so I'll see you guys. You guys have a great show in
I think
in a week or so.
I think we're pretty good
2
to
weeks.
go, actually. How do you guys feel about it?
Pretty good.
Pretty good? Do we feel like we need anything else in here?
Where's our Jersey Jazz man fitting into this?
So I think Jazzman's going to play that expert role again too. So he talks about, like, he can talk about just data analysis in general. He can talk about how a lot of this stuff has like fake precision. This is a conversation that's been going on at the higher levels. Is the fact that they take this down to 2 decimal places. They think they can measure teacher effectiveness to the 100th of a point.
Yeah.
Is ridiculous. And so he can talk about some of that stuff. And then I think when questions pop up, we'll just fit them in there. And if there's some direction that this is going in, that just seems natural for him, I mean, Jim can always kick a question.
Yeah, I'll reach out
Kate,
to them. Well,
No, I'm sorry. I was responding to Kate's 3.36 out of 4. I mean, it's nonsense.
Yeah. What does that mean? What does that mean? But I'm not highly effective despite all the stuff I do. I'm only effective. That's great.
Yeah, but your 200 is a point better than somebody who has a 3.34.
And again,
Know
what the
that.
heck does that mean?
I know. We're going to have to be careful with using the name Mike in this group. Because that's a third of the group.
I'll be Fred.
Yeah, and I just noticed that when Tom said, "Mike, did you get a copy of the report?" and I assumed it was me. Oh, okay, it was me. Yes, I did get a copy of the report, and it's very impressive.
sounds good. I was saying I'll reach out to the Jazz man and get him up to speed and. Just share with him what's happening and what his role is, so he's aware beforehand. And Mike, I think that night our login time should be 6:30. We should be kind of getting online, ready to go.
Yeah, I think we should all be ready in place about 6:30. I think that's our safest bet there. This way, if we have any login issues or bandwidth issues, we can deal with it before it's something that we really got to be concerned with.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So I think tomorrow I'm going to sit and watch this thing and see how embarrassing we all are, and and play around with it and see how it works. Hey, when you guys were talking a second ago, I flipped over to the broadcast side of it, and there's these little voting buttons. It's like a thumbs up, thumbs down. It says you can vote for your moment, and I clicked one. Did you hear it cheer when I clicked on it? No, you didn't hear that side of it. Okay. Well, that's good because it won't disrupt us. But I wonder if it will give us some kind of feedback So as the video's going, if we can get a lot of like thumbs up or thumbs down for things, we can see how people really feel about it. It's kind of neat. Here, let me I'll grab a link to the page. Go check it out. So while we're still on, you can jump over to that link right there and just give it a vote and see what it does. If it will give us some kind of feedback. So as the
and things like that, which I imagine will be turned. You know, we can turn that in.
Oh, you know what? Down at the bottom, it's got like a little vote meter. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, I wasn't able to see it, or I didn't see too much to play around with.
That's kind of neat.
Okay, so anything else for the good of the order before we sign off and call it a night in Google Hangout world?
All right. Well, thanks, guys.
Thank you. I
We'll
think we're
seeing you all on the 28th. This is going to be fun.
It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome.
Yay.
Yeah. Bring this cat ears.
All right, everybody. Have a good night.
You too.
All right.
You guys.
Guys and girls. Bye-bye.
Good night.